Alright, the stream is live. Hello everybody.
Sweet.
Happy New Year. Hopefully you all have seen Dr. Mr. Calm's video recently, or Captain Mr. Calm I should say, video that he posted. Fun collaboration, there's more to come from that, but until such a time, we're gonna keep practicing. So let's get going. Good evening, pilots. It is 8:44 p.m. on the 9th of January 2026. Happy New Year. Flying at Songsong Shoreline again today. BrotherLeb, weather briefing.
Weather briefing. Weather briefing has a current local time measured from Anderson Air Force Base, about 20 miles to the south. Winds are 06016 knots. Visibility 10 statute miles. We got a cloud layer scattered at 2800 MSL. That's 2200 from Anderson. Temperature 26, dew point 21, altimeter 2988.
Did you update that in the Miz?
I did, yeah. Peak wind 070 at 27, or correction, yeah, peak wind 027 at 24 knots, so a little gusty. Not a huge thing in the Miz. I didn't add any extra turbulence or anything, so I'm just reading the METAR at this point, but the it should not be reflected in the Miz.
Didn't add plus 8 knots.
Yeah. One question, well, yeah, I don't know how they actually do that with the turbulence, like whether they actually add gusts or if it's just like constantly fluctuating in nonsense. Question, are we flying ground speed today?
Yes, we are.
We are. Okay, cool. I practiced that. I'm not used to it yet, so they'll see it will be scrappy.
Ground speed for all opposing maneuvers, all section maneuvers will be standard.
Cool, sounds good.
Or by standard, I mean airspeed.
Yep, yeah. Indicated.
Yep, I will try to remind you.
I'll remember it. The trouble is just checking that.
Yeah.
Just incorporating into the scan.
Yep. All right. So the plan is going to be a low show today. Just due to the clouds, we'll amend if we get lucky and get a gap. Yeah, it'll be right out of shocks, right on. I believe it's Alpha. Left.
Oh, that's a good
back
reminder.
taxi. Back taxi 09er, line up and wait 09er for a section no flap logo takeoff maneuver, left turnout, followed by arrival checks and a long looping maneuver to get back to the field. Let's see, it's 060 for 16, so I'm going to turn it a little early. And we'll line up for the field. Ingress altitude for the Delta head-on maneuver is going to be 1,400 feet. That is so that 5 can clear the hill on his side.
Okay.
Then we'll clear the hill, and I'll call that I'm diving back down. And then we'll do our standard cross at center point, smoke off at center point, followed by the standard clear, followed by opposing knife edge. And the show previously, as briefed, it'll be a right turnout out of the Delta breakout for a Delta flat pass, crowd left, crowd right. We will not be doing arrival checks. Yeah, we will not be doing arrival checks for the field because it's going to be an immediate right turn after the smoke off to line up for the field, which will be a left pitch up break to land. Our angle is going to be it's probably going to be about 310 because of the wind. It's a little bit of a crosswind that's pulling us towards the field, so I'm guessing it'll be a 30-degree offset should give us enough room to make the turn. Stagger will be left. We will back taxi 09er and then make a left on Charlie for go a clear on Charlie on the left turn into Charlie for left 90s into chocks.
Got it. Only additional note will be that we should be able to do the loop break cross at 100 with the ship.
If we get a loop break cross, because it's a low
Yeah,
ship.
if we get a loop break cross.
Yeah.
But better to brief it.
Same with vertical pitch. That'll be 100 as well.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Anything else before we get started?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Make sure you got the low show in your knee boards. And aside from that, ready to break. I'm gonna switch inputs.
Cool. Chariot, how do you read? Okay.
I had an authorization failure for the F-14.
Oh yeah, there's something that happened either with Microsoft or DCS. Started happening. I noticed it yesterday. You just need to make sure that there's an exception in Defender, and then run
I've
a
done that
quick
before.
repair. I know. I don't know. Maybe you could just run a quick repair and it'll do it.
I don't need to fly the
fix that.
F-14 tonight, so.
No, don't do it now. But yeah, yeah, that fixed it for me.
This
And
is
I
the
have also
third
like
time.
I checked, and there was already an exception
Yep.
in Defender for it, but whatever.
All right. Let me know when the server's up. I've got some serious micro stutter today.
What is going on? Why is it out of focus? Why did it get out of focus? What is pulling focus? I don't know. All right, well, hopefully that doesn't happen in the middle of this. What the heck? Here we go. Did you check to see if the stream is working?
Not until I get in,
Oh, okay.
because otherwise I dox us.
Yeah, do you need the... Oh,
I've
I
got
won't
it.
give it to you, actually. Yeah, because that would be bad. All right, server's up.
Okay. Of course it didn't remember. So it only remembers if you log in correctly. Be nice if they'd have a drop down of like past servers.
Yeah.
Of course, you could always let it be in the server list. Not like anyone's gonna try and join.
I have put it on the server list before, but you always have connected direct IP, so
Yep.
there was a long time where you were connecting direct IP and it was on the server list. You just didn't notice.
Nope.
But I also, like, it's only there when I have it running, so you'd still have the same problem with the saving past.
Alright,
stuff.
I am in a jet.
Cool. Let me get in
Check
one.
the stream. Looks like it's working. Yep, I got
I'm
you.
also in a jet. Cool. Alrighty.
Alright, preview's disabled. Close that down. Close this down. Alright, Chariot is ready for unpause.
Let me just double check my switches. Okay, unpausing in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Temperature stays the same. Nope, dang it, that was the VR center. It's this one. There we go. Okay. Let me hook my Moser real quick. I still need to do that because I haven't upgraded yet. Alright, advise when ready for startup.
Ready for start.
Battery on, APU on, standby canopy.
Up.
3, 2, 1, mark. Standby range crank.
Up.
Range crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby range forward.
Up.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby left engine crank.
What?
Left engine crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby left engine forward.
Up.
Roll left.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby.
Flight controlled. Flight controlled.
Go for FCS.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. In test.
In test.
Chariots FCSs go.
Leb FCS, go.
Standby, stabs and stabs.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Down, 3, 2, 1, mark. Stabs down 2.
Leb.
Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna be messy. Me no watching.
Huh?
The show.
Oh, really?
It's gonna be messy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. For sure.
Chariots IFA is holding.
Leb IFA holding.
Chariots up 3, come 1.
Leb up 3, come.
Chariots up 16, come 2.
Leb up 16, come.
Discord check.
I'm hearing you in Discord.
Discord check.
I think you might still have your keybinds from when we flew a call.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll fix it. Discord check.
Still transmitting in Discord, but I'm hearing you in the game.
Discord check.
Still in Discord.
Balls. Discord check. Discord check.
Good check.
Takeoff checks.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on, check your trim set, check your heading, my heading, 18 tree, check your altimeter set, 2988 for a uncorrected center point elevation of 0 feet, check your wing 0, check your FCS, 12, 30, 30, 30 down to check your fuel, CNARB, and lights out.
What?
Check your smoke pressure on, smoke off.
Good smoke. Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are 060 for 16. If we take off runway 27, that will be a right headwind on takeoff. Check your baro set, or your altimeter set, 2988 for an uncorrected center point elevation of 0 feet, and density altitude about 1,000 or about 1,200 feet. Chariot squawk 1205, left squawk 1206, you're cleared to taxi. Let's see, right out of shocks, right on Alpha, back taxi 27, line up and wait, 27.
Thanks, Lib. We're gonna line up and wait 09er today.
Got it.
Alright, Solos, we're clear to taxi. Check our backup off. Chairs bring up to 75% off brakes now. We're coming right, give me to a trail. Trace East, Part 70, land a roll. We're coming, right going.
What?
Stand by, cover wagon.
What?
Ready, split. Reference 25 knot cover wagon. Chariot 29er88 set, 0 feet, rat out.
29er88 set, 0 feet, rat.
Check your flaps half, pumps off. Chariot's flaps half, 321, 2 degrees down, rat out.
Left flaps half, pumps off, 321, 2 degrees down, barrel.
Chariot's easy power aisle, BrotherLeb detach.
Leb is detached.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. Coming right for lineup. Okay. Little brakes, easy brakes, a little brakes, brakes. Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Updated winds are 060 for 16. That's a left headwind. Check our park off maneuver, our section takeoff maneuver. Start correction, our section no flap lower go maneuver.
Left section, no flap, bark.
Check park off. Let's roll 'em up. Off brakes now. Blowers ready now. A little pull. Is the pull. Ready, split. Roll. Rolling out. Ease and power off. 260. Coming left. 290, a little pull. 310. Ease and power.
Yeah, teacher.
Chariot 330. Ease on the pull and rolling out. Relay. Bravo checks. Chariot 29er88 set 0 feet, correction 1500 feet. Barrel out.
What?
Tracy, ease and power, ease and more power, roll and a little drive to level, easing more power. Adding a little power. We're coming left. A little pull. Ease and some pull. We're rolling out. Delta's at the 90 for the head-on. We're coming left. A little pull. Looking for 134. Using some pull, going a little back. A little more pull. We're gonna have to come back right. Ease on the pull, rolling out and coming back right. Set. That sucks.
Did you also die?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last spike.
I was wider than I normally am. We just exploded.
I'm just gonna hop out of the server and hop back in, and then we can just re-rack.
Okay, should I reset the server or not?
I don't think it matters that much. Well, why don't, what do you think?
I honestly don't know.
This is gonna suck. I know.
Just hop back in.
All right.
Just hop back in, and we'll go from there.
Okay. It's gonna suck. We're gonna have to do this whole thing again. The long transit.
Yep.
Incorrect password. What? That's not possible. All right, loading in. That really sucks.
Yeah.
That's such a long transit.
I mean, you'll see
dude.
it in the stream, but like I was like comfortably
Check your
like,
switches.
well clear.
Son of a bisquick. Such a long transit.
If you take off 27, it works. It's against the wind, or it's with the wind, rather, so there's that. But
You want to try it? I haven't ever
if
done
you
that
want to try it,
approach. Makes me uncomfortable.
okay, well, then just do long transit. Do what you're comfortable with.
All right. Advise when ready for startup.
Ready for start.
Battery on. APU on. Standby canopy. Leb. 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby and crank. Leb. Damn. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby range forward. In 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby left under crank.
Leb.
Dude, I was in the zone. That was going to be a good approach.
Yeah. I'm going to stay super clear on this next one, but I'm
Left
worried
under
about some of the other
crank in
maneuvers.
3, 2, 1, mark. Standby left under forward.
Leb.
We could drop the stream if you think. If you're worried about left under crank in 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby FCS.
I don't think it
Flight
should.
controls. Flight controls.
Go for FTS.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. And test.
And test.
Son of a biscuit. Feeling when you don't turn on your head or your center.
Yep.
Chariot's FCS is go.
Leb FCS, go.
Standby flaps and stabs in 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. Down 3, 2, 1, mark. Stabs down 2.
Up.
You haven't had a lag spike like that in a long time.
No. Forgot what it was like.
I saw you float above my jet and I was like, oh, I must not have caught that rollout, and then something exploded.
No, I mean, we'll see what the stream looks like. Maybe it won't even broadcast that because you'll get such a bad packet loss. But, where I was standing, I was like comfortably well clear and welded to your wing.
Well, performance is better this time of loading in, so
That's good.
we'll see what happens. Chariot's IFA is holding.
Leb IFA holding.
Chariot's up trick on 1. Chariot's up 16, com 2.
Up 16.
Discord check. Takeoff checks. Checks, roll pressure on, check your trim set, check your heading, my heading 183, check your altimeter set 2988 for a uncorrected 0 point elevation of 0 feet, check your borrowing 0, check your FCS 12, 30, 30, 30 down 2, check your fuel, see normal lights out. Check your smoke pressure on, smoke on. Smoke off.
Good. Good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are 060 for 16 knots. That'll be a right headwind on takeoff, runway 09er. Check your altimeter set 2988 for an uncorrected center point elevation of 0 feet. Density altitude 1200 feet. Chariot, squawk 1205, look squawk 1206. You're clear to taxi right out of Chucks, right on Alpha. Left back taxi 09er, line to wait 0.
Thanks, Leb. Clear to back taxi 09er, line up and wait 09er. Solos, we're clear for taxi. Check your parking brakes off. Cheers, up to 75% off brakes now. We're coming right, give me 2 and trail. There's East Bar 7. We're coming, right going. Stand by cover wagon. Ready, split. Reference 25 knot cover wagon. Chariot 2988 set, 0 feet, rat out.
Lab 2988, 0 feet.
Check, flaps half, pumps off. Chariot's flaps up, 321, 2 degrees down, or rat out.
Lab flaps half, pumps off, 2 degrees down. Rat.
This is a reminder for myself as much as you, but don't forget about the cutoff trails in the jet for the comms.
Roger.
Solo switching 8, comm 1. Chariot's up 8, comm 1.
Lab's up 8, comm 1.
BrotherLeb detach.
Let's detach.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. Stand by right for lineup.
Lab.
Coming right. Okay. Little brakes, easy brakes, a little brakes, brakes. Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Update winds are 060-416. That's a left headwind. Check brake brakes off. Maneuver our section, no flap, lower go maneuver.
Lab, let's rock show at Songsong.
Check brake brakes off. Let's roll up. Brakes off now. Blowers ready now. A little pull. Ease the pull. Stand by, roll. Roll. Rolling out. Ease and power, 270.
Contact.
Cover left. Little pull 300. Ease and lots of power, 325. $340. Ease and more power, 355.
Yeah, teacher.
Chariot. Ease and the pull. And roll it out. Easing more power, 375. Ease and more power. Power set. Who am I kidding? Ease and more power. Arrival checks. Chariot 2988 set. 1430 feet barrel out.
Lab 2988, 1440 barrel.
We're coming left. A little pull. He's on the pole, rolling out. He's in some power. We're coming left. A little come back right. Ease in the pole. Roll it out. And we're coming back right. Set. We're 9 miles for the head on. A little pull. Adding a little power. He's in the rolling out. And a little drive. Go line abreast. Smoke on. Oh, 5 miles for the head on. 5 left, left.
Left.
Start off with a level turn here. Smoke off. Solo stretch. Solos are clear. Center point. Ready, hit it. Smoke on. 380 mark. Numbers.
Numbers.
Coming down. Contact. Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Hold to 40. Stand by, roll. Roll. Insurance clear and clear behind the crowd for the knife edge, state 96. Oh, sorry, 93.
190.
2.2 mark.
2 up.
Ground speeds, Leb.
Left. Looks like we got a little bit of a cloud cover over the hill here.
Chariot.
And 4 miles.
Luminary beam.
Beam.
Iron tick mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. 22. Chariot's in for the right knife edge.
Something like right knife edge. seconds, mark, 0.1 ahead, 3-4. Three miles, mark 3-9. Miles, mark 399.
Smoke on. Contact, smoke off. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Roll. Church clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the inverted rolls. 1.7 mark.
1.8.
Sloppy.
Same.
Oh,
Put it up.
I don't think I rehooked my mouse.
Yeah, mine doesn't feel good either. 3.5 mark. 4 miles.
Preliminary beam.
A beam.
There, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it's 55. Turn in for left bird.
Left and left, inverted.
Jeez.
10 seconds, mark on time, 3:00. Burners. Three miles, mark 385. Miles, mark 404.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on.
Go right.
Contact looking good. A little drive. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll. And pull. 134, stand by, roll. Church clear and clear behind the crowd for the Fortis. Come left hooks coming down.
Contact.
326, adding power. 330. Easing some power. 320. We're rolling out. Soldiers on the ground, setting up the Fortis. Check my lights on.
You'll have to.
Chariot 310. Crosswind towards the crowd when you're behind the crowd line.
Left.
Chariot's easing some power. We're coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. Stand by the gear. Easing more power. And adding power. Adding more power. A little more pull. We're at the 60 for the Fortis. Gear down, hook down, flop up, boards up.
Let's go around, hook down, flats aboard.
Easing the pull. Adding a little power and rolling out. The Fortis online. Trace that rolling in. Little inboard and 100 high. Center point. Jerry's pushing out. Rolling out. Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, knock it off. Church clear and clear the crowd for the MRT State 83.
Left seating.
Chariot circling 5 miles for the MRT. And Chariot's turning in 5 miles for the MRT. Four miles, Mark 355. Three miles, Mark 348 indicated. Two miles, Mark 350 indicated. 1.5 miles MRT. 1 mile, Mark 350. Burners now. Ready, hit it. Good entry.
Flight control. Flight control.
Ease of the pull. Comes the pull. Pulling. Kicking. Chariot's pushing out. Leveling out 900. Coming right. Comes the pull and the climb.
God.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Easing a little power. 300. 315. 330. Souls up on the ground, setting up the opposing MRT. It'll be 20-degree climb up.
What? Do what you need, Chariot.
We're coming right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Number 314. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. The opposing MRT. To left. A little drive. Easing power. A little pull. To level. Smoke on left lead.
Bouncy. Ease a little more power. Power set. We're 150 high.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. Smoke on. 380 mark.
Match.
370.
A little fast.
380.
Match. Contact.
Linger for somewhere left.
Left.
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll. 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 Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing mark. For the what? Horizontal rolls.
Left. So we're doing high jump.
3 miles mark. I'll assess it when I turn around, but it looked clear for both angles this way.
Okay, we're doing high jump. Copy. 3.5.
It's not what he said.
4 miles.
Luminary beam.
B.
Air mark.
Take.
Stand by, mark it. 03. Chariots in for the left horizontals.
What's in the left horizontal roll?
Behind the crowd clears, Leb.
Behind the crowd. 10 seconds mark. 0.2 ahead. 3. 3 miles. Mark 375. Two miles. Mark 399.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. A little pull. Ready, hit it.
Go right, go right.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Ease pull. Rolling out. Cheers clear and clear by the crowd for the double sneak.
Well, behind crowd, the double sneak. State 7.
Chariot state 6-9. Three miles outbound. Chariot circling 5 miles for the double sneak. And Chariot's turning in 5 miles, double sneak. Four miles, mark 0.75.
What am I?
3 miles, mark 0.79.
On time.
2 miles, mark 0.82, full burn. 1 mile, mark 0.90.
Smoke.
Cheers, 96.
Left click.
Cheers clearing behind the crowd for the solo flat pass.
Labs cleared. Behind crowd.
Chariot. Chariot circle 3.5 for the solo flat pass. Wings level swap on. Adding power. Shoot. Shoot. Center point. Sorry about that. Had a throttle disconnect. Smoke off. Adding power. A little pull. Ease the pull. Go down the center. Chariot snatch. Chariot snatch, boss. Chariot circling 4 miles for the limiter on your beam.
Beam.
There, take mark.
Take it.
Stand by mark at 20. Chariot's in for the right 4 point.
Hub's in a right one. 10 seconds. Mark on time with 2.
What?
3 miles. Mark.
Behind the car clears left.
Behind the crowd. 2 miles. Mark 39.
So come.
Contact.
Next one off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2,
Go right, go right.
3, 4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Chariot's clear and clear by the crowd for the inverted takeoff roll.
Lips coming left.
Contact.
330. 3, 4. 350. ease in the pole. Rolling out. Easing power 360.
You'll have to, Leb.
Left. So with my crowd setting up the inverted interval.
Sure.
This gets a little intense around that corner, so be ready.
Flat is fine.
Roger. We're coming left. Coming further left comes the pole.
Well, you're gonna have to cork it more than that, bro.
A little further left, little more pole. So it's a 90 for the inverted.
Sure.
A little more pole. Ease in the pole and rolling out. We're down the center line, a little bit out toward inboard. Little pole. Ready.
Smoke on.
We're slow. A little drive. Ready.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
Inside close.
Contact.
Ease the roll. Rolling out. Coming left. 340.
Chariot.
350. 360. 370. Ease in the pole. Rolling out. 375. 385. Easy power. Little pole. Easy more power.
You'll have to, Leb.
Look. So if I'm going to set up the section high out.
Chariot. We'll be going into the delta roll afterward.
Coming left. Coming further left. Easing power. Stand by the boards. Comes the pole. A little more pole. Rolling out some bank. Easing some pull. Easing power. Easing more power. And we're rolling out the section high alpha. A little fast, a little high. Stand by the boards. 180. $165. Little pole. 160. 155. 150. 145. 140. Let's just pull to the set. Add a little power. A little more power. Smoke.
Center point. Wave it off.
Pull into 60. Safety brake.
Chariot's braking left 250.
Cut.
A little pull, ease, and power. 270.
290, easing more power. Easing the pull, rolling out. Delta's behind the crowd, setting up the Delta roll. Chariot 4-8.
Left.
This is the fast version, so it's gonna be a faster roll and rolling earlier. 3-3-5. Chariot. We're coming left. A little pull. Easing a little power. 360.
Contact one.
Pause. Further left and a little more pull. We're at the 90 for the overall.
Whoop.
Ease in power. Ease in more power. Ease in more power. Ease in the pull. And roll up. Easing more power. Smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Okay. Rolling out. A little pull. Ease the pull. Coming back left. Going further left a little. Pull. Adding power. Adding more power. A left-hand turn for the Delta aileron roll.
Left.
Smoke off. Adding more power. Easy and simple. Easy and more pull. Roll out a little back. Ease and power. Ease and more power. Coming back left. A little pull. Ease more power. Ease and the pull. Roll it out. The Delta aileron roll.
Let's see what here.
Smoke on. Up we go. Ready, hit it. Smoke off. Coming back left, easing power, easing more power. Oh, pull. Delta's in front of the crowd, setting up the Delta breakout.
Yeah, 6 miles. Don't break.
Boss.
Ooh, I never fly waiting for this.
We're rolling out. Adding power. I never fly this. Adding more power, especially not from this angle. Coming back left. A little pull. We're at the 90 for the Delta breakout.
Left.
A little further left. Ease it a little. Correction comes the pull. Ease on the pull and rolling out for line of rest. The Delta breakout.
4 left. Easing lots of power. Smoke on. And up we go. Rudder brake. Set. Smoke off. Chaser 145, 260 at 1900.
Good.
290. 310. 330, ease and power to hold. Coming back, right. A little. Ease and power, 350. Further right. 350.
Got 6 miles.
Stalls in a right-hand turn for the Delta. Flat pass. Switching right out. Coming further right. A little more. Ease and power. Ease and more power. Using some pull. Using more power. Adding a little power. Using the pull and rolling out. The Delta flat pass. Adding more power. Smoke on. We're in for the Delta flat pass.
Dig it.
Right. Smoke off. Tease it out. Coming back right. A little pull, adding power, adding more power.
Whoops.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out. The Delta left. Pitch brake delay.
Left. Left braking.
Little dry. Easing power. Easing more power. Power set. Smoke on. We're at the numbers for the left pitch brake land.
Left.
Five fast, center point, boss, brickin'.
Left.
Tracy's in the pull and rolling out 300.
Left rolling out 3-0.
Smoke off. Gear flaps. Trace gear flaps, look up.
Left gear flaps.
Trace, coming left 280 lib. 260 lib. 240 lib, Trace at the 90, updated winds are 060 for 16. We'll check them 3 in the green, staggers left.
3 in the green, stagger left.
200 lib. 180 lib. 160 lib. 130 all with a way lib, a little angle.
180. 160. 150, 140.
Sure, it's okay.
Let's. Dude, your come right caught me off so hard. After the flat pass, I thought you were going to climb, which is not necessarily, I shouldn't have anticipated that, but boy, I was not ready.
Yeah, I tried climbing one time and it just pitched me right over the field. Like by like 1,000.
There was also a cliff, which was a little spooky. I think I just lost my... Whoops, okay.
Chariot, landing checks.
Left.
Check, your smoke pressure off, check your tabs, check your flaps auto, check your line lights off, reset your trim and safe proceed.
What?
We'll go well clear on Charlie for individual left nose and shocks.
Leave it to Bravo, but let's do it.
Bravo it is. Chariot's adding power to 74% off brakes now. Chariot's coming right.
Push me.
Two on the right wing. Thanks, Leb. Nice flight.
Nice flight, Chariot. A little more left, and you'll be over this.
Yeah.
Alright, 6 are in rehearsal.
Chariot's easing power to 70. Land a roll.
Left.
Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. Come, let go, we'll clear.
That was good.
Coming back right. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. By 6. Ease a little more power. Coming left for braking. Okay. Bob's your uncle. Little brakes, 10 feet. Little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
What?
And 3, 2, 1, mark. We did it! Alright, Cherry's gonna come out from over the hood.
Sure, how do you read? Cool. Woof. Oh, I still had TAC view running. That's why performance was weird. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting idle, but still, there's more resources to that than it feels like there should be.
Oh, hold on. The the stream couldn't hear me with that. This is a debrief. Two flights at Songsong. Major safeties. I almost ran into you in the turn for the inverted takeover roll. But managed to save it. But that being said, that's a safety I'll fix for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, major safeties. I don't even know where to start.
Oh, you're really quiet. Sorry.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't even know where to start with the major safeties. Let's see. So I fell out during the Delta roll. I got way out of sorts on the turn for the Delta flat pass, or rather the Delta aileron roll, and almost hit you. And then on the Delta flat pass, you came right, and I was in the cockpit looking for my rad out. And then I looked up and I saw you coming in, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just turn right and it'll be fine." And then there was a cliff there, so that got real spooky. And then there were a couple of big wobbles and some of the other maneuvers, which I don't remember right now. But at least I would say probably conservatively 3 safeties, probably more like 5. So this is definitely one for the record books in that regard. I'll fix those safeties. I'm glad to be here.
Alright, let's run through the debrief, shall we? Taxi felt fine. Second taxi and second no flap blower go also felt good. No notes really.
Yeah. Actually, the both taxis and the no flat blower goes felt pretty good. The second no flat blower go in particular felt real good. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like on the vidya if we get to that point.
Let's see. Transits felt uneventful. So I'll move on.
Except for the explosion on the first one.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
but you know. So I'll move on to the head-on and the opposing 360. I don't know what happened with this one. I was just way ahead. So it meant that I ended up crossing the boat quite early compared to you. So yeah. Aside from that, don't really have any notes for that one. I don't know. I felt like I flew the parameters pretty well. I'm gonna give myself a C- on this one. Yeah, we flew. It was briefed, but yeah, it was just a little rough.
Yep. I felt like I was a little wide on the inbound before the break, but then got like just like solid in the beam line abreast. Break was good. I had been bleeding way too much speed down when I'd practiced this maneuver myself. And so I tried not to do that, not pull so much, but that means I was a little fast. And that plus the wind pushed me way out, and that is why we hit so far to the left. Because you were being pushed by the wind, so your turn circle was tighter than it would normally be. And I was fast, and I was getting pushed outbound. And so I knew there was a wind, and I did not compensate for it. So, like, as far as, like, execution absent conditions, it was all right, but I didn't adjust for the conditions. So I'm going to give that a B-.
Alright, moving on to the knife edge. I don't know. This felt uneventful. My knife edge felt really clean and nice, and we were right over center point. Clears were very sloppy because I didn't rehook my MOSA. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, clears all night were hot trash.
Same.
So I'm gonna give myself a B- on this one.
This one felt pretty uneventful. The clear was not the best. Yeah, this will be a B- as well. I think my outbound angle was kind of crappy as well.
Moving on to the invert the invert to inverted. I was working with a lot of speeds, and my roll-in was hot trash. Curious to see where on center point this was. Believe it or not, center point. Pretty sick. I'm proud of myself for that, because I was working some hardcore speeds, ground speed-wise, for this one. Clear was fine. B- for the sloppy roll-in.
Yeah, I think just managing the speeds consistently. Like, I was able to get there by like the 3 mile mark in most cases, but I was kind of struggling at the 4 mile. I was like, I would either be on time and like at a completely wacko speed, or I'd be like at like closer to 400, but like not on time. And this was the first of a series of those. The maneuver itself, once that was done, was pretty good. The roll-in wasn't the most stable, but it wasn't horrible. Overall execution, this is like a B.
Dude, I get cockpit mode back. I'm so excited.
Oh right, you don't have cockpit mode in the normal, like cheap
No.
version.
Oh, this is nice. I like cockpit mode.
Wait, hold on. Where did my telemetry go? Oh, there it is. It's in the middle. Cool.
Oh, so nice. Okay, sorry. Nerding out about...
Actually, that roll-in was sick. Still a B, but like that was a sick roll-in. Holy cow! At least on tack view.
Fortis. This was probably my best Fortis turn on Songsong. Like, aside from the speed weirdnesses that we were doing, that I did, like, the lineup was sweet and early. The roll-in, man, did I climb. Climbed a good 100 feet and stayed there. And then when I was inverted, the jet wanted to kick pretty significantly left. So I had to put in a little bit of rudder to keep the jet going straight down the pipe. But once I got there, I locked it down. And yeah, the rest of the maneuver I would consider to be pretty good. Overrolled the rollout a little bit. Once again, MOSA didn't hook, so the muscle memory was missing. And clear was good. I don't know, man. I think it's a solid B+, to be honest with you.
Yeah, give that a B+. All right. I mean, that's not a judgment on anything. I just you mentioned enough things. All right. But let's see. So how did I do? Yeah. So the rejoin was a little slow. Formation wasn't super great. I was just a little all over the place, and I probably hit the jet all right, but I was just sort of. I wasn't staying in position very well, at least from the 90 to about the 45. Once I got to the 45, it was all right. Rollout was nice and smooth. Your roll in caught me off guard because you climbed so much. I was able to get into position. Then I just got a little bit forward of you, heading into center point. So I pulled a bunch of power, but then that threw things off for the clear. Because of where I was relative to you for the clear, I didn't like watch my HUD, so my clear angle isn't right, which is a bummer. And then I had to do things to make sure I didn't get in a bad position. So I'm sucked and I'm a little tight, so it's going to look bad from the crowd. So overall, this one feels like a C. Whoa.
All right, MRT. This one was okay. There's some weirdnesses on, like, with the speeds. Like, the airspeed fluctuates a lot because of the windage. So, like, having to do a lot of throttle jockeying in the turn to keep it in the right spot. I did manage to hold 250 the whole way around, which was pretty freaking awesome. 250, like, on the angle. And then the roll and the kick were good, but I just didn't hold the up angle long enough. So, pitched out early and was low, which is a bummer. Turn behind crowd was good and solid. And yeah, I think I caught you out with what I did here, but I rolled out 10 degrees early because of every single time that we've gone outbound for the OMRT, we've always been like 15 right for the lineup turning back in. So I decided to cheat on the outbound for this. I didn't tell you about it, so that's my bad. I'll fix that safety. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Because of the wind, my inbound angle was less, like, not as sharp as it normally is. I could tell coming in, so I was like, well, I can't be too fast. But then I was late, so I put in a bunch of speed, and it actually looks like I'm kind of roughly in the right spot, but it felt like I was way out in front of you. And then safety number 1 had a little like flight path confliction almost on that clearing turn. Did not catch your 10-degree adjustment. And then that just kind of, I was way out in front. I was basically idle, and you're like, I'm 320, and I was like, man, I'm idle. I'm doing 330. What am I supposed to do? So then I was like, well, I'll just turn into him, and surely he'll come right at some point, or I'll just kind of fix it that way. And then that screwed that up. So safety number 2, again, another conflict. So I had to pull up over top of you, and then do a whole rejoin thing, and then I was in my head. So this is a double F. Probably one of the worst series of aeronautical decision making and actual execution, from like once I crossed center point to probably realistically until we crossed crowd line for the OMRT. So very unhappy with this. I need to fix this for next time. Glad to be here.
OMRT turn. The turn back in was the best turn I've done for this entire maneuver. It got us lower and online in a way that I have not done at Songsong. So really proud of that. Handed over lead at 1.5, so it was a little bit late, and then you were high for me, so I ended up having to climb back up. I think I got there by the time we went over crowd, but it's not going to look good on the lineup. And then I ended up sucking into you and was not low enough, I don't think, for the cross. But timing on the cross was good, and I think altitude on the actual cross itself is going to be good. I hit numbers as we were going around, and I recognized that you said you were slow, and I was like, oh shoot, and the wind's at my back, so I'm going to be getting pushed out here. So I eased some power out, and then once I got pointed back towards you, I brought some power in. I looked at the two of us, and I saw that you were going to be super early, so I plugged burner.
Really?
Yep. And then brought it back out right before we crossed, and we're going to hit like 2 right. Just because I was like, he can't actually ease it out enough to fix this if I don't do something about this. The rolls were fine. It was a 40-degree clear, and even though I called 20, that's a safety. I'll fix it for next time. Glad to be here. F.
Yep. All right. So I was way out of position, but I was like, just do what you got to do. You rolled out, and I was like, oh crap, I'm still like 3 plane lengths behind him. So, it was like military power against the detent trying to get in there. But I was like, as soon as I get in there, then I got to pull up. And so I was actually threw out the boards to slow myself down because I was coming in quick enough. And then you handed lead to me at that moment. So I'm all like wobbly from the boards thing. And so I was like, well, okay. And I actually had no idea what my pitch attitude was because I wasn't looking at my HUD. I was looking at you. And so I just like leveled everything and just like tried to nail 400 like I'm supposed to do. So that's why that was kind of a bucking Bronco ride. Sorry about that because I wasn't in position and I should have been. The rest of the maneuver was pretty good. I realized like once I got out there, I was like, all right, when I'm like the first 90 degrees of the turn, you're going to go further out, and I'm not. So I was actually trying to be a little fast, which didn't work because I was slow. Or at least I think, or I can't remember
Yeah, you were slow.
Yeah, I was slow. Even though I was like trying to keep power in and trying to ease pull. And then once I got to the 180, I was like basically idle from that point. And I was watching you come around the corner, and I'd bring a little power if I felt like I was getting a little behind you, but I was like, all right, I think I can probably make this work. And then I had no idea what you were doing with the power. So knowing what I know now, like good job, both of us, because we made this work. But I remember thinking, like, okay, I made the adjustments I needed to make it work, because I could see where you were in the sky and where I was going to be, and the cross was relatively close to center point, given all of that. I will say, just a question, like, we went way out there. Like, look how oblong this shape is.
Mm-hmm.
It might be easier to not go
Oh
quite
no,
so far away
that
from
was not
center point.
intentional. I added power back to mill and didn't even get to 400 again before I called the hit.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like, I called the hit as early as I thought I could manage to make the turn effectively.
Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. Sounds good. Let's see what else. The last thing was because I was idle, I was real slow. So you're like pull to 40, and I just like happened to go check my airspeed, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting. I was doing 360, and we're about to pull to 40, and I was like, and you had called 20 on the way in, but then you said pull to 40.
Yeah, I know.
And so I was like, okay, because I was like, please pull to 20, please pull to 20. He was like, pull to 40. I was like, okay, here we go. And it was a wobbly roll, but I didn't stall, so everything else was fine. With all the things that this happened, the safety was that I wasn't in position when I'm supposed to be when you hand lead to me. So there's a safety there. I will fix my safeties. Glad to be here. Rest of maneuver, all things considered, I think was all right with all the different nonsenses that were going on.
All right. Moving on to the horizontal rolls. I was working once again, a ton of speeds and timings and stuff to try and get us to center point. Looks like I didn't quite do it. It's going to be like one right. But roll was good. Clear behind crowd was fine. Don't really have many notes on this one. A B.
Yeah, I think the inbound thing was probably like I mentioned before, but no big notes. Seemed fine. It's a pretty straightforward maneuver. B.
Double sneak. Uneventful except for the fact that I plugged full burn too early. So I had to come out of burner to cross center point, which is no fun for the crowd. That's a C. I'll do better next time.
Timing was a little late, but not by a whole lot. And then I just did a level turn. I didn't do any flourishy, cool, clear or anything. I was like, I can't even remember what I'm supposed to do. So I just leveled it out and came back behind crowd. So C.
What I've seen in the past is that 6 will do a full 180 level turn. So hit center point, like
And just
burners.
wrap it back around.
Just wrap it back around, go behind crowd.
Tell you what, when you're coming in at like 0.92 or 0.95, that sucker does not want to roll.
No, it does not.
And it doesn't want to turn either.
No, it does not.
So,
Yeah, I'm curious whether or not they actually do, like, what the speed actually is.
well, for the
6.
double sneak, I think if I practiced this ever, what I'd try to do is I'd try to be ahead of you, come in with a bag of knots, and then slow down to a speed I can actually maneuver at, like, I don't know, 550 knots or something. I don't know what that is on the Mach number, but like, because then you can like, roll it real quick and pull through.
Yeah.
But it, above 0.9er, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, 550 is the top of maneuverability for the FCS.
Yeah, 550 indicated. Yeah.
Alright, flat pass, I had my throttle malfunction, so that was fun. Fortunately, it was the flat pass, so, like, perfect time for that to happen. Opposing 4 points. Yeah, once again, working tons of speeds coming in. I have no idea how we... Let's see where center point was on this one. Once again, this is like, we're just going to do what we do here. Turns out we crossed, like, one right again.
Not bad, yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Low.
My first
Actually
4
really
point
low,
roll was hot trash.
Oh, thank you. Mine was too.
But then
Thank you for joining me.
But then I did fine on the rest of them, and then I'll talk about my rejoin in a bit. But honestly, that was a solid B.
Yeah, my inbound angle was garbage. I got too far outboard and didn't realize it until like the 2 mile mark, and then I was like, oh shoot, okay, well, too late now. And I was just not good scan. I didn't cross check that earlier on in the setups because I was too focused on the ground speed thing. So that's a safety. Glad to be here. The rest of the maneuver was perfectly adequate, except for the fact that the first half of those first two 90 and 180 were really ugly and horrible, and I hate them.
All right, inverted takeover.
Inverted tuckover, right. So this guy, you were like, it could be flat, and I should have just done what I had practiced, and I was like, no, okay, cool, I'll just like send it down center line, and instead I overshot, so we were like, we had 5 degrees like outboard to inboard on it, which is not ideal at all. So that stinks. The roll-in wasn't the smoothest, like wasn't quite as smooth as my inverted tuckover roll-in, which was much more stable and had less drive to like I climbed a little bit once I got inverted, which is not what I want to do. And we were really slow too. We were like 360 knots, which I don't know, with the wind probably put us up at like 380, but still just not the speeds that we're supposed to be at. And then I know there's a delay, and I just didn't wait for it, so I called ready, hit it, and I was like right into it, so the timing's going to be wrong.
Yeah, sorry.
Other than that, yeah, this is probably C minus.
Yeah, so took me a while to get in because I was trying to figure out what comes after this. I have to lead this stinking flight, and I don't know what the show order is. So like, I was head out of the cockpit, so I was like, I'll get there by the time we line up for the maneuver, and so I did, and then you came left, and I was expecting you to gradually put in some pull, and it didn't come, and so that's my safety. I'll fix it for next time. F, glad to be here. The rest of the maneuver, as you were coming around the corner, you'll hear it in the stream if you go back and watch. You're like, a little pull, and I'm like, oh, the dude's gonna have to pull more than that if he wants to get to center line. Because having flown this a couple times, I was like, he's not making it. Because you have to.
What's funny?
You have to be like right over that mound right there, like starting to roll out, like just as you're seeing the boat appear. And it's so hard to pull.
The practices I've done, I actually came flying in between that mound and the hillside. Like I would just suck the jet straight down that little gap. And I wish I had done what I did before, because that worked perfectly fine, but I didn't, and here we are.
So we rolled out, and we had that outboard to inboard, and I wasn't thinking about that at this point. I was like, okay, so the roll-in with Mr. Calm was hot trash, so let's get it right this time. And I did, and I saw you overroll, so I overrolled as well.
Nice.
And so, like, we were looking pretty good, and I was still trying to figure out the, like, visual of, like, okay, where's center point? And then I figured out, like, oh, it was, like, way over, like, here visually. Way over, what's the button? Shift? Way over here visually.
Shift.
Like, when I rolled in. Like, when I rolled in, I'm, like, looking, and I'm, like, trying to find center point, and it's, like, over here. I'm like, uh-oh. Okay. Speed. I couldn't add it up fast enough, so I actually plugged blower, and I'm still behind when we clear for when we hit it for this. But fortunately, I could still see you for this one because I was behind, so I rolled at the same time you did. And the clears, the timing is actually perfect, so that's great, but still enough because I had a safety.
Section I Alpha. I've done this, like, all the other shows we did and then the practices I've done. Really, all I have to say about this, the turn was okay, the rollout was pretty good as far as, like, getting online. The problem is we were fast, and I was, like, pretty far back on the power and with boards out around the whole turn. And I was like, well, I can't really bring the power out more, that much more, because then he's got nowhere to go. And so I just kind of live with it, and then we weren't going to get slowed down to where I wanted to pull to the set, which was at 135, so I pulled it like 140-ish. And I was able to get it pretty stable. It was just really, really late for the set, which is not ideal. I think the altitude's pretty good. It was fairly stable. I started losing altitude right after like the 0.2 to 0.3 past center point. I don't know why. I didn't change anything, but that just happened, and at that point I'm like, well, any minute or any second now he's going to knock it off, so I'm not going to do a whole lot to try to get like I don't want to like get the thing out of whack and like change the attitude or make it look bad. So I'm just gonna hold what I got for the next like second or so. And sure enough, he did. And then we powered out and it was fine. But clear was perfectly okay. This is B minus, I think.
My form flying on this was pretty freaking beast the whole way. I did a safe distance when we pulled to the set and just hung out there and like was equidistant the whole way down the road. Was trying to figure out where on Earth center point was and called it a little bit late. But then cleared a little bit late too. But that's all fine. Clear was great. Honestly, this is a B plus. Like, this was a really solid maneuver for me. Safe, within parameters, looked good. Like, yeah, I don't know, felt good. Alright, moving on to the Delta roll. So, I think I've flown this setup, the low show setup for the Delta roll out of the high alpha twice in my life. Ever. So I was like, okay. But fortunately, I had set up for the Delta roll quite a few other times, so I knew where I wanted to be in the sky as we were coming down the hill. So I was just like, alright, Killer's just gonna have to figure it out as I maneuver for this thing. And got us into a good spot. Yeah, we got nice and low over the water, which has always been a struggle for the Delta roll in general. Climbed up to 17 degrees, and then pitched that thing over and just kept coming left, and kept coming left, and kept coming left, and kept coming left, because that's what this maneuver requires when you're doing the low show version. And we rolled out and pulled out at 250 feet, which is where we're supposed to be, and it was terrifyingly low. And all in all, I'm going to call this probably a C. But honestly, this is pretty on parameters for this maneuver, which is crazy because I've only done this twice, and I haven't flown in like 2 months.
Yeah. What did I say about this? I don't know. Like I got in, it was fine. We're coming around the corner. One of the weird things about flying off somebody's wing, and this happened when you were like flying off of me for the inverted takeover roll, and I was thinking about it for this maneuver. So I was like, the angle looks okay. It feels like we want to scoop into it a little more than this, but that's how I like to fly them. So I was like thinking about lineup and things more than I should have been instead of just flying form around the corner. So that was a mistake on my part, but didn't really affect too much. I didn't have a safety. It was just like my brain was in the right spot. The rolling out and coming up the hill, which I'm sure you've experienced when I'm flying the inverted tuckover roll, it's like a real bummer to fly as a wingman. And I handled it. I just was grumpy about it. And then I was surprised that I actually was rolling quicker than you in the second half of that. So I was worried that I was going to fall out, but you can see I increased my bank angle and I was fine. Like I did not need to do that. And so I just needed to trust it more. And so that was a mistake. So I didn't like fall all the way out like I have in the past, like, you know, in years past and stuff. So, and it felt like when I was thinking about when we were, you know, shutting down the jets, I was like, this is the maneuver that sucked, but it doesn't actually look that bad. So I think I'll probably call this one a B minus.
All right, the Delta aileron roll. Once again, I've done this twice from this setup, but I was just committed to getting the line right and getting on speed on parameters. Ended up that we were nose high because I didn't wait long enough to have us pull up. We're supposed to pull up at 0.5, and I pulled us up at like 0.7, so we ended up nose high for this roll. So that was a bummer, but apparently I didn't wait long enough to do the roll. I'm just looking to see how matched we were. Yeah, you know, that was pretty decent. I don't know what to grade this, because I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm going to give myself a C, because there were 3 or 4 parameter things that could have been better, and I rolled too early, which is dangerous. I'm not going to quite call this safety, because I think that's unfair, given the fact that you're well clear.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. form flying around the corner was perfectly fine. The correction to get online, I kind of anticipated it because I could see through your wing, I could see where we were gonna have to go, so that helped to kind of know what we were gonna need to do to get there. So I was able to more or less stay in that rollout. It doesn't look horrible. Got out, and then I realized, like, once I went, well clear, and I was getting ready for the maneuver, he's like, he's gonna call a roll. I hope he rolls left, because that's the direction I'm going to go, but I don't know which direction he's going to go, and I just have to make a choice. And what I should have done, since I didn't know, is just fly straight and freaking level and, like, let you do a cool roll and not kill us both if you had come right instead of left. But I just committed to left, and fortunately we both rolled left. So that's a safety. I don't know why I climbed and you didn't, or not as much. I might have been pulling a little bit to stay with the same angle as you're coming up the hill. I'm not exactly sure. This happens a lot when I've done the aileron rolls with, like, I don't know, 10 total times in all the DCS flying we've ever done, these Delta aileron rolls. But it seems like I always climb more than you do. And I think it's probably because I'm pulling.
There's an input map. Where is that?
So you go to the wrench thing.
Wrench.
Is that where it is?
No.
Display cockpit controls position.
That's it. I'm so glad I bought TechView. Yeah, so if you watch my controls here.
You're not streaming to me. I didn't mention it earlier because I didn't want the stream to know, but if you actually want me to see it, I need to.
How about now? If you watch my cockpit controls down here.
Yep, watching them.
I'm gonna make this slow-mo. I do neutralize right there before I go.
Oh, you did neutralize. Yeah, I probably didn't because I was trying to stay with you up the hill. I mean, I know I didn't because it didn't even occur to me.
Anywho, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at my HUD. That's nuts. I was watching you because I didn't know which direction you were going to roll. So, like, you called ready, hit it, and I'm still looking at you. I'm still flying form on you.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Oh, jeez. So you never looked at your HUD?
I mean, I did once I started the roll, so I could, like, neutralize it once we rolled out.
That's crazy.
But, like, yeah, well, I get 90 degrees of roll before I look at my HUD. Anyway, yeah, I need to neutralize that. Something to fix. Okay, cool. Moving on.
Let's go to the Delta breakout. I don't know how to set this up at the best of times. And we were coming out of that maneuver with a bag of knots and, like, at a weird angle, and, like, I never set this up this way. Like, whenever I set up the Delta breakout, it's always from my circle thing after the loop break cross. So, like, I didn't know what I was doing, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna try and bang this angle. So I was looking at my at my sequence and trying to do some quick trigonometry in my head, and I ended up 5 left, which I think I'm gonna be proud of that. 5 left and, like, on the deck as we're supposed to be. We were just way too fast. So then. Called the hit and ended up rolling off a little slow, to be honest with you. It ended up lining up with you, but it was a little slow. Called the smoke off at a good time. I don't know. I'm going to give myself a solid B- for that one. Wow. Look at the wind. Watch my trail. Blown. Alright.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of nice.
That's why I ended up behind you, by the way, because of the wind.
Oh, yeah. And the angle, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, the angle was not bad. So I just was basically flying form on you and thinking about how this maneuver needs to get set up, and I was like, he has no idea.
Nope.
And I was like, this is not the time to coach him. But and you did fine. The big thing was I was thinking about as we were coming around the corner is the speed. I was like, we're going to be a little quick. Because, like, when I'm coming around the corner, usually I'm doing kind of a sort of a wing over. I go up a little bit and come back down so I can spot center point a little easier. And I'm aiming for like 320 But anyhow, you did fine. The rollout was good. We pulled. It looks like the splits looks pretty
Yeah, it does.
decent. So
Mhm.
that's nice. Another cool thing with this version of TacView is you have a free camera, which I don't remember if the other one has.
There's a free
So
camera?
that's kind of fun. Yeah. See the thing that looks like a telescope?
Wait, what?
There's a thing that looks like a telescope little
That's
symbol.
cool. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that. You could go. Can you set it somewhere and like have it remember a position?
Remember, I don't know. I think it goes from wherever the camera currently lives.
Okay.
Like, so if you've got it locked on a jet, it'll just free camera from that spot. But,
Oh.
yeah, that split looks really good, actually. Nice. Let's see if I free camera again. Yeah.
All the things that you purchase. Anyway.
Beep. Let's see. You can also edit the objects. That's fun. You might have been able to do that in the free
You
version.
could. Yeah.
This is a B. Yeah, the Delta break. Having flown a Delta breakout from the right wing maybe once before, ever. This is a B.
All right. Let's see. The right turn in for the Delta Flat Pass. This one was the best one I've ever set up for at Songsong as well. We were lined up at like 2 miles. I was smoked. I was smoke on, and like we were in at 2 miles and on speed, and I was like, "This is sweet." So we just hung out there, and I even had time to set waypoint 3 while we were there. So I was stoked about that. I'm gonna give myself a B plus.
Yeah.
And the reason why it wasn't an A, just in case you're wondering, is that I had to scoop us out from hitting the water in the turn a little bit. So room for improvement.
Let's see. So the rejoin was a little funky because I wasn't sure how you were going to set up that. So it took me a little bit more time to get in, but I was able to get in, and then you flew a really smooth maneuver, so I was able to be really smooth in your wing. We rolled out, and because normally we roll out and then we're like a mile out and we're going for center point, and like when I've done leads on this, I'm usually like coming right around this little hill. The crowd left, and so there was just so much time that around the time I was like, just hold it for a couple more seconds, and then you're like 1 mile. I was like, oh my gosh, we are here. And then I kind of like started stressing a little bit, and I managed to hold it, but I think I was trying to be as smooth as possible. And it was difficult. B, maybe B plus. I don't know. It was good, but it's not notable.
Pitch up to land. Right turn at the right time. Ended up with not enough altitude. We were very low over the trees. So I'll fix that for next time. Glad to be here. Speeds was decent. The angle that I chose was the right one. Gave us plenty of angle to turn in for the runway. Landing was safe and good. Just gonna give myself a solid B minus.
Yeah, so we got the safety in the right turn because I was trying to get my rad alt on, which I shouldn't have done. And there was a cliff, and it was scary. I was able to get back in before we went over the numbers, which was good. My low altitude warning was making scary noises, but I was like, just hold with Chariot. If I die, I can get mad at him, and I will be righteous in Valhalla. And looking at TacView, I was 100 feet from the top of that, and there are trees on the top of that thing, so it was a little close. But I'm alive, so no harm, no foul. And the rest of the thing was perfectly adequate. It was probably a B minus, maybe a B. I don't know. We'll call it a B. Nothing's wrong with it.
Taxi back, uneventful, no notes.
Same, I was just really slow for the final turn, so it took a while, and then I powered up to try and continue to turn, and then I got out ahead of you, and that was a bummer because I want to be right in line, and I wasn't.
All right. Let's move on to the tape.
El Tarape.
Eventually. says F14. Invalid license. Funny how it's always the F14 and not the F4.
Yeah.
I think we adapted decently to all the shenanigans, you know. Had the lag issue, had our Moses not hook, had my throttle issue, flew a low show for the first time in like a year.
It was a long time, yeah.
Because it's usually flat.
What Moses settings did it have? It's supposed to be the Hornet, but it did not feel like it.
It's the telemetry doesn't hook up the second time around unless you like force it to. Alright.
Because like when I popped the boards coming around the corner for the high alpha, like I was getting so much more stick shake than I'm used to. Why is it doing this?
At least you didn't have the when you land the stick like wants to kill you thing.
That was so. I was so glad. I hope that never happens to me because I have an extension on mine. But like that clip. I watched it. I can't remember when you sent it to me, but I happened to like turn it on the first time in a place when I was not supposed to be making noise. It was really hard not to like. I was like choking not to laugh.
That is not the last time that has happened to me, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Alright. Let's just skip the taxi out. We'll just do the takeoff. We'll get our mic cam going here. Mike, so good to have you back on the flight line. Watching dem blues. So good, dude. I'm curious to see whether or not Buddy's gonna try and have the solos do the inverted
Please.
tuck overroll this year.
Please.
I
want to see them do it again.
I mean, they tried it once last year, and it was a hot disaster. It was absolute disaster of a maneuver. It was so vindicating, though, dude.
Yeah.
For me to watch them completely botch that. I'm like, yes. Dude, keeping that jet straight. I'm glad you have some GA experience, because crosswinds on the runway are no fun.
Nope.
Yeah, the gear came up at the right time. Let's go.
That's pretty good. We're both low. Oh, that looks good. You know, allowing for the DCS wobbliness, that was pretty cool.
That was great. Alright, I gotta figure out where we watch this from. I think it's on top of this thing. Kind of like here. 314 is what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
314, yeah.
Right about here. Because the pagoda's in the way. So, that's what we end up with. I'm gonna put sound on for the stream real quick. 50-0 my awesome sound machine. And what's the turn off the bottom thing again? Do you remember?
Oh, is it Alt Y or Control Y? One of those two.
Control Y.
Control.
Yeah, there we go. Dude, DCS looks good these days.
Yeah.
Just waiting for 2 jets to show up. There they are. Yeah. Just a little bit of wind. Oh, yeah, dude. Here we go.
like half a sidewinder rail back.
Nice.
Nice.
Looks good. Looks good.
The last time we were coordinated for the next 4 maneuvers. Wah, ah, ah, ah.
It's gonna be how far left? Count the jets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. And into the clouds. Alright, knife edge. Ground speeds, dude. It works. It gets us there to center point.
Yeah. Yep. Is it easier than trying to
So
do what
much
helps?
easier.
Okay. Just check.
I over-yugged that, so that's on me for the altitude.
Okay.
Hey! Hot trash. It's amazing how quickly I can adjust, though. Good thing we're at 250. Otherwise, those trees would be a problem.
Yeah. That was high. I thought I was going to be low based on the technique.
Whatever's going on in the clouds back there. It's so hard to make this rejoin work with the altitude, like with the lead climbing. Like trying to make the rejoin work over the hill, because you just don't have the power. You don't have the power like the power difference that you do normally.
Mm-hmm. You got to do it more with geometry.
Yep.
Just imagine little mini like cartoon legs. Get up there.
Ended up working out.
Far forward, a little high.
I think it's the visibility mixed with the clouds is what we're seeing. And you
Yeah,
don't see the
probably.
break because we're behind the hill.
Good luck seeing your sneak.
Yep. If you're wondering why they do maneuvers at 250, this is actually why. It's so that people can see. Because when you're in a crowd of people, you can't see over their heads very easily. Yeah, if I would have hung it on the tail a little bit longer, that would have been nice. Just a quarter second longer.
Dude, Captain Mr. Calm made that look so freaking awesome
Yeah,
in
he
his
did.
video. Hats off to you, sir. That was awesome.
I completely overpulled that in his video. You're not supposed to do a 90-degree tail stand.
It was impressive, though.
It looks really cool. I was 100% stalling.
Oh, look at me all over the place. Yeah, but you got all, however many 1,000 pounds of thrust. Whee! Oh, gosh.
Yeah, way too high.
Like, I can't. Timing good.
There we go. Because of how high we were, like, I had to be, like, 200 lower than you. Plug the blower. Look at me coming up ahead of steam.
Yeah. It's almost center point, though. It's too right, like you thought. Well done, sir. She can switch to me.
I went
time for the
idle
Louise.
once we hit center point.
Uh-huh. You had a nicely performant jet. Look how nice that is. I'm like, wobble, baby, wobble, baby.
We might have been able to do a high show.
Oh, I think we definitely could have.
But when I looked at it at the horizontal rolls, like, we had some clouds that were going to be a problem. I thought low show was supposed to do a low version of the high clears thing. On the paper it says this, but
Yeah.
I think they actually do a low version. Like they go up, they just clear quickly.
That'd be kind of fun, actually. Like, pull 80, roll it, pull it.
You're not going to be able to see this. True sneak. Here he goes. I think if you did the performant version, you would want to wait until you crossed center point to maneuver.
I did.
You did?
Like, I rolled at the same point that I normally pull.
No, I know. Oh, okay.
And I don't pull until I cross center point. Like, I literally am watching the HUD for the number to get the flip. I might have anticipated it by like a half or a quarter second, but like...
Here's me trying to resolve my throttle
yeah.
issues. Do a 220 across center point.
Dude, I have seen some shows where like something gets funky, and because you don't have the radios, you don't know what's going on, and then they come by like real slow and flat, and you're like, something, what are they doing?
We're making time for something to happen.
Yeah.
4 point. First time in a while I've gotten the behind the crowd clears correct for this maneuver.
Yeah.
Most of the time I screw that up. This is the laziest rejoin of my life. So I'm staring.
No, you just gotta do some like hardcore lead pursuit.
Well, no,
Just make-
I was looking at my knee boards the whole time.
Ah, yeah.
I was not worried about getting in. I was worried about what comes after this maneuver. Oh, we're not gonna get to see the roll in. It was such a good
That
one.
was right there.
It was an amazing one, dude. Oh, dude, I almost.
You almost
did
hit the
it.
jet.
I almost did it. I almost did it. Dang it. Look how far back I am. Match the rolls, though. Well done. Yeah.
Woo!
Uh-huh.
Good timings.
At that point, I was flying by the seat of my pants, and that's when I fly my best. So I'm not thinking about it. If I start using my brain, I'm in trouble. I'm truly a maverick flyer. Don't think, just do.
Uh-huh. We are jets. We are jets. We are jets that are really
This is
slow. We're
very much
really
how it feels when they
slow.
do it in an actual show. They like smoke
Yep,
on at like 0.7. And you're like, guys.
Well, the reason why is because at that point it's timing.
Yeah, it's timing.
They're like the diamond's doing something and they're gonna come in. So it's like, well, we got 30 seconds to do this. Come on.
The diamond's coming in for the low brick cross, so
Yeah, you want to be
gotta
in the
get
middle of that.
hell out of the way.
That's actually not bad. Here's my sink.
No, it's the burner 270. Who am I kidding? It's the burner 270 they're coming in for.
Oh, they got some time, but still, you don't want to be in the way of that either. That's why they clear left. Yeah,
Yep.
because they're the diamond's coming in from like that. Actually gets a good sight line for the crowd. As well.
Exactly. Yeah. Nice. Good job.
Ooh, that was good looking.
Yeah, dude. Sick.
I don't always look that good.
Here we go. Time for the Delta roll. Yeah, I didn't want to do the up we go while we're rolling out thing, but
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
we were in
Like
trouble.
just because I'm grumpy about it doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. It's just annoying to have to fly.
Oh, yeah. Nice and low. That's what you need for a low show. Didn't roll early enough. It's supposed to be inverted right now. Yeah, but you stayed in position.
Yeah, I should have trusted it, man. I would have been fine. I had to roll out some bank to keep from over-rolling past you. And I had that little bobble there. Ugh.
Alright.
Bus of struggle. Thy name is BrotherLeb.
Yeah, I was like, do I try and ease this out and make a smooth turn? I'm like, no. Because we actually need time for the delta to ease out.
Yep.
So you have to box it in a way.
Get back down. Get back down. That looked way worse inside the cockpit.
It's a
It didn't look
horrifying
amazing
maneuver.
from outside the cockpit, but it looked horrible inside the
It's a
cockpit.
horrifying maneuver, dude. I watched an interview with Boss, and he talked about why they implemented, and he said, "Well, we do a lot of in the lower shows, we do a lot of straight and level flat passes with the diamond, and it's boring." I'm like, thank God somebody recognizes that. And he talked about why they don't do the tuck over break, tuck over roll now, or the tuck under break now. Why he did not bring it back specifically is because
Which boss, by the way?
the current boss.
Oh, okay. Okay, so why did he not?
He didn't bring it back because he talked to the past 21 bosses.
Oh, wow.
And he said that the guys who flew the tuck under break said that they probably got one that they felt looked good and representative 2 or 3 times in an entire show season.
Huh.
And he was like,
Must be really hard to set up
and he was
as boss.
no, it's not it's about, he said the wingman didn't feel good about it.
Oh, okay.
So like,
It is kind of a hard thing to do.
but the thing is I don't think they realize that we don't care. But they do, and so like,
Dude, look at how flat that is.
Dude. I 100% respect their decision.
Yeah, totally. It's hard because you roll over the top and then you got to pancake it out in this nice echelon. Like, it's tough.
Where's the field?
Left.
It's here somewhere.
Or not left, sorry, right.
There it is.
I thought it was left. I didn't get my directions confused.
Mic cam. Sometimes it's easiest to just go around again. Something you learn from aviation.
Yeah,
Is
go
it
arounds
not,
are free.
Is it not working out? Go around. Alright, unpause.
Somewhere there are jets.
Somewhere there will be jets. And they'll be right over there.
Yeah, they will.
You won't even see us coming. Yuppie. Oh my god. Dude, look at that. Oh, dude, that's like on landing approach, unsafe levels of low.
Did you see the...
Yeah, I saw the shadows, yeah. Look at how straight down the middle it is, though, dude. I'm
Yeah, no,
proud of
very
that.
well done
I'm
in
so
that,
proud
Reggie.
of that. Dang, dude.
For a show with like 7 safeties in it, that actually looked pretty good.
It's like a full-on C show right there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of
Or
us.
worse for me.
No, I mean, like, I would say, like, from the ground, that looked like a C.
Yeah.
Like, I had so much angle, but I
With all the conditions.
got blown the heck away. On my practice show.
Look how high I am. Holy crap. I was also carrying a bag of knots. Like you're like 140 all the way, and I'm doing 200 knots. I'm like, shoot.
That's why I call my speeds.
Well, I knew that.
Oh, sorry. Wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right in the middle of the window.
I mean, I'll take it, man. I knew the distance looked good. I was just like, the speeds don't sound good when you're at 140 knots and I'm doing 200. Inside half a mile.
There are some folks who've been complaining about the fact that when you land, the radio call that pops up for landing is causing big stutters. I agree.
Huh.
I agree it is. Oh, come on. Let's go.
It seems, I don't know, the radio call is weird too.
Yep.
Because it's not, there. It doesn't, it's not accurate to anything that actually happens in aviation anywhere.
They do say they're fixing ATC.
They didn't in that, I don't know if I want to talk about
No, they
ED
didn't. No, they didn't.
in there.
Oh, weird. I was referencing the shadow, and I should not have referenced the shadow.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was kind of spacing off of you, so at least we're coordinated.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they mentioned a lot of other things that we want, but two things they didn't mention were ATC and I guess they did mention the dynamic campaign.
Yeah. ATC.
ATC is required for the dynamic campaign to operate.
Right. No, that's true.
So
But
they're
like, I was
doing
just
it.
thinking, like, do I care? Not really. Like, is it cool? Yeah, but it's going to be a robot, and it's going to be have all sorts of weird stuff with it.
And I fly multiplayer.
Also,
and no one's
ATC
gonna
is just a
follow.
whole. I don't know. You, like, we're training to do that at
I
one
was,
point. Like,
yes.
ATC is a whole kettle of fish, and it doesn't always work very efficiently when real people do it. So,
It works.
and those people know what they're doing.
It immediately breaks down the moment people ignore it.
Yep. Or the
Which-
moment people just like misunderstand something, because then in a real scenario they have to clarify and make sure that the pilot actually understands what they're supposed to do and heard them correctly. And you can hear the gears getting gummed up on the radio when you're flying around and somebody's like causing a problem. Not bad.
Not bad
Well,
at all.
Lots of bad things happened, but the show ended up looking okay. So,
Ain't that the truth?
yep.
All right, folks, that's going to be it for us. Thanks for joining us. Go watch Captain Mr. Collins' video, and there'll be some more going on soon with him. And hopefully we'll have him on for a flight at some point. It's likely going to be a Saturday, because he's in the UK, and I don't think he wants to be up at 3 a.m. Or what time would it be? 1 a.m. I don't think he wants to wake up at 1 a.m. to do a flight with us.
No, definitely don't think he does.
So, yeah, we will see you guys at a later date. Bye.